What's good? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth, and today I'm going to hit y'all with a review of that new Griselda and BSF Conflicted soundtrack. Let's get to it. It appears that Griselda has taken a page from the playbook of rap moguls like JayZ and Master P, who branched out into the film industry during their successful music run in the 90s and 2000s. Recall movies like Master P's Bout It Bout It, Snoop Dogg's Murder Was the Case, Mobb Deep's Murder Music, JayZ's The Streets Is Watching, Beanie Sigel's State Property 1 and 2, and of course, the cult classic Killer Season. Now, am I the only person that liked Killer Season? That may be, but in fairness, the mid-2000s was a pretty awkward phase altogether. Alright, so it's been a grip since an actual hip-hop soundtrack was released, but this is the original score to the movie Conflicted, brought to you by Griselda and Black Soprano Family Records. It contains 13 tracks, 2 of them being skits with a total runtime of approximately 45 minutes. The artists featured are either from the Griselda or Black Soprano Family roster, or they are affiliates. But with that being said, let me go ahead and hit y'all with this track-by-track breakdown. Track 1 is an intro containing a piece of dialogue from the movie, and OG appears to caution Benny about the life, but Benny appears to have already made up his mind. This leads us into the Ice Rocks produced Mobbin', which features Chase Fetty, Heem, Billy V, and Benny the Butcher. Now, sonically, this feels like it could have been on the Black Soprano Family mixtape. The ominous loop is suitable for these 4 gentlemen to kick some heavy street shit. Benny states, "I'm getting dudes clipped and paying for funerals. She said, I don't know you, seen your chain and had to Google you." I thought this was a hard-hitting and aggressive song to kick off the soundtrack. Track 2 is Element of Surprise by Lloyd Banks. Now, right off the bat, I was getting some cold corner vibes. The beat by Nothing But M's is very mystical sounding, but Lloyd Banks gave us 2 very dope verses. On the first, he's addressing the haters. "How you gonna threaten me with relevance? I left already, separated from entertainment, now my head is steady. The industry can SMD, I keep the letters ready. Always been disciplined, the dedication is necessary. You gas your favorite, debate me when I make a casket out of 'em. Don't compare me to dudes without a classic album." The "don't compare me to dudes without a classic album" is in response to the barbershop narrative that's been going around for a long time that Banks, Jada, and Fab, who are all dope rappers from the same era, but each lack a classic album. I was also impressed with the following lines. "Jordan killed dudes with a shot. They shooting over sneakers. Winning and tragedy go hand to hand. I know the procedures. I'm associated with dangerous guys. No misdemeanors." I love this track. I thought it was dope to see Griselda and Banks together. Hopefully they got more cooking up. Track 4, Ain't Hit Nobody, featuring Edo, Flea Lord, and Westside Gunn, has a really dark and minimalist Derringer beat. Flea opens the verse declaring, "This music for the brick buyers, cold-hearted, wrist tires, Spitfire, 5,000 grams in the 5th tire." We have a chilling verse from Edo, which fits this cold and grim Derringer beat like a glove. Westside Gunn closes this out with a short but fiery verse. Gotta say, I was digging his energy on here. What follows is Ransom's self-produced Pride. Ransom starting out 2021 with a production credit. That's pretty dope. On here, Ransom is chronicling his wins and losses over this glorious soul beat. I believe I've heard this sample before, but I can't quite place it. "It's hard to be peaceful and civil in spite of hunger. Before you make a bad call, don't dial her number. I'm trying to be the adult I needed when I was younger. And I brought the little pump back. I snuck it on stage. How you gonna trump that?" That, of course, was a mention to when Lil Pump publicly endorsed Donald Trump, a truly disgraceful moment, but probably not nearly as disgraceful as when Lil Wayne took a picture with Donald Trump. That was just... But yeah, I would definitely welcome a self-produced Ransom EP, kind of similar to what Shay Noor gave us at the end of the year. Up next, we have Welcome Home DMX by Dave East and Jonesy. This was a DJ Shay and 808 Mafia collaboration, and it is an interesting beat. It almost sounds like a trap musical, and apparently it samples Billie Eilish on the hook. I thought Dave East definitely came correct. Reminiscent, I've been wildin' forever. Buck 50, have you smiling forever. He gets a little mafioso too. I blow your top like Nirvana. I'm Giancana with a model. I'm John Gotti in a sauna. Cigar smoking, smelling pasta. Stamped the dope with Rihanna. After this, we get the celebratory survival anthem Squad featuring El Camino, Rick Hyde, and Smoke DZA. DJ Shay provides a victorious 70s styled instrumental. I was getting some Streets is Watching soundtrack vibes from this track, to be honest, and whoever the male R&B singer on the hook was definitely killed it. While El Camino and Smoke DZA sounded good, it was Rick Hyde's verse that resonated the most with me. I sit back and relax in a city under siege. Mama's crying on their knees because their son was a soldier, but he wasn't overseas. So he was hitting y'all with some heartfelt trenches rap. I also dug when he said, I'm 10 toes down like I need ortho. Following this is the Benny the Butcher single 330 in Houston. On top of this suspenseful Derringer and Beat Butcher instrumental, Benny details getting shot in Houston. This, of course, was written when he was in the wheelchair. It's a very dope song, but I already covered it more extensively in a track review, so I'm not going to say any more here. Track 9 is Voices by Heem, Bodie James, and Chase Fetty. This DJ Shay beat is so evil. It feels like Halloween. I love the dusty, grimy, and gritty production. RIP to DJ Shay. We will definitely miss his contributions moving forward. Right after, we get to finally hear how YN Billy sounds on a Griselda project. The song's name is Rank, and it does feel like a step up from the auto-tune video that Westside Gunn posted on social media in 2020. Billy is rapping with the standard trap flow, probably something that's going to appeal to a younger audience. I carry the team. Draco, make that bitch sing like the dream. And I've been past loco. Don't be like Selena getting killed by your vocals. I mean, it's not terrible. This beat also reminds me of something that you would hear on a Gangsta Grills mixtape. Following this is I'm Not the Enemy skit, which segues into the Armani Caesar song, Nerve of You. The beat provided by Camouflage Monk was super dope. I think Armani had a strong verse as well. She was telling the story of a failed relationship from a woman's perspective. Unfortunately, this only contains one verse, and that was the frustrating part for me, because I feel this could have been a really great song had it been fleshed out some more. Speaking of one verse songs, the following, Flea Lord's Conflicted, was another track that should have been longer, but I definitely liked the spellbinding and ghostly production from Ghost Dave. The second to last song is Mission Accomplished featuring Westside Gunn, Armani Caesar, and Benny the Butcher. The layered string production from CG was definitely a highlight. Westside Gunn was blending more fashion into his coke rap. Shooter on coke lines had a seizure both times. Ayo, Mink dragging down Fifth Ave, peep the posture. Dr. Romanelli matched the patent leather Pradas. Seen the best fold, some turn for $1, some turn state courtroom like an opera. Armani Caesar held her own, but it was Benny who shined the brightest. It ain't no debate if I'm real. You dudes like Kendall Gill. I'm early 90s Shaquille if they ever base it off skill. The album closes out with the single Hurt Business featuring Westside Gunn, Smoke DZA, and Wale. This has a WCW wrestling theme to it, interspersed with some drug rap. And as someone who's not huge into wrestling, to keep it a buck, the selling point here for me was the production and the dope flows. The beat has a space age boom bap feel. It's a fun and punchy instrumental that really stood out. I thought everyone held it down, but Wale's was probably the most impressive. Overall, I give this soundtrack a rating of 4 out of 5. I think it was a strong display of the talent that both Griselda and BSF have to offer. There wasn't really any track that I disliked, although I will say I would have preferred if the respective Armani Caesar and Flea Lord tracks would have been longer because they felt very incomplete. I really enjoyed the production throughout, but if I were to give an MVP for the production, it would go to DJ Shay without a doubt. I also really dug the two beats from Camouflage Monk as well as the CG instrumental. I mean, I definitely intend to check this movie out. Are y'all planning on watching it? I see that Michael Rappaport is in it, so that should be pretty interesting as well as entertaining. But shout out to Griselda though for hitting us with a movie and soundtrack in 2021. You gotta respect their artistic vision and hustling spirit. My favorite tracks include Element of Surprise, Ain't Hit Nobody, Pride, Welcome Home DMX, Squad, 330 in Houston, Mission Accomplished, and Hurt Business. Let me know what y'all thought of this soundtrack in the comment section below. What should I check out next? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Griselda BSF Conflicted 1.